Education is not only limited within the four walls of the classroom. We learn and get educated from the different experiences we have, whether it be at school, at home, in the marketplace, inside the church, and even in our neighborhood. Learning takes place anywhere and comes in different structures. Welcome back to this channel where you are learning with Teacher Lloyd. I create simple videos on language, literature, and professional education. If you're interested with these topics, you may click the subscribe button and bell notification below to keep yourself updated with my latest videos. If not, that's totally alright. For today's video, we will be exploring the different structures for facilitating learner-centered teaching. And at the end of this video, it is hoped that you will gain understanding on the different structures for teaching and learning. There are different structures for teaching and learning. It could be formal, informal, or non-formal. In the Philippines, there are also other structures like alternative learning system and other alternative delivery modes. How are these structures different from one another? The first one, formal education or formal learning, usually takes place in the premises of the school, where a person may learn basic, academic, or trade skills. Formal education is the hierarchically structured, graded education system running from primary school through the university. Formal education is one that works under the framework set by individual boards of education. The orderly learning environment includes educational institutions, classrooms, specially trained teachers, teaching equipment, extracurricular activities, competitions, examinations, and a curriculum or syllabus. Formal education, as the name suggests, is very structured in nature as proper guidelines are laid and the students are expected to work under these guidelines. Examples of formal education includes learning in a classroom, school grading certification, college, university degrees, planned education of different subjects having a proper syllabus acquired by attending the institution is also another example. The next structure is informal education. This is considered to be the truly lifelong process whereby every individual acquires attitudes, values, skills, and knowledge from daily experience and the educative influences and resources in his or her environment, from family, neighbors, from work and play, from the marketplace, the library, and the mass media. Informal education is a type of education that one gains through several life experiences. This knowledge can be the one that we obtain from our parents and elders. Individual necessary skills of life that are important for survival and sustenance comes under this category. This type of education does not contain the theoretical knowledge of the books. Unlike formal education, informal education is not imparted by an institution such as school or college. Informal education is not given according to any fixed timetable. There is no set curriculum required. Informal education consists of experiences and actually living in the family or community. Examples of this include learning to cook at home, learning your own language spontaneously, learning from a random television show, reading your favorite book, and among others. Informal education, therefore, happens all throughout our lifetime, anytime, anywhere. The third structure is a non-formal education. Non-formal education refers to any organized educational activity outside the established formal system, whether operating separately or as an important feature of some broader activity that is intended to serve identifiable learning clienteles and learning objectives. Non-formal education includes adult basic education, adult literacy education, or school equivalency preparation. In non-formal education, someone who is not at school can learn literacy, other basic skills, or job skills. Home education individualized instruction, distance learning, and computer-assisted instruction are other possibilities of non-formal education. Non-formal education is imparted consciously and deliberately and systematically implemented. It should be organized for homogeneous group. Non-formal education should be programmed to serve the needs of the identified group. This will necessitate flexibility in the design of the curriculum and the scheme of evaluation. Examples of non-formal education include sports programs such as swimming during summer, fitness programs, community-based adult education courses, and free courses for adult education developed by some organization. In the Philippines, there are other structures of education. One of these is alternative learning system. It is a parallel learning system in the Philippines that provides a practical option to the existing formal instruction. When one does not have or cannot access formal education in schools, ALS or the alternative learning system is an alternate or substitute. ALS includes both the non-formal and informal sources of knowledge and skills. Now, why is there a need to alternative learning system in the Philippines? It is because many Filipinos do not have a chance to attend and finish formal basic education from grades 1 to 6, grades 7 to 12, due to many reasons. Some drop out from schools while some really do not have schools in their communities. Since every Filipino has a right to free basic education, the government establishes ALS to provide all Filipinos the chance to have access to and complete basic education in a mode that fits their distinct situations and needs. There are two major programs on ALS that are being implemented by the Department of Education through the Bureau of Alternative Learning System or BALS. One is the Basic Literacy Program or BLP, and the other is the Continuing Education Program or the Accreditation and Equivalency or ANE. Both programs are modular and flexible. This means that learning can take place anytime and any place depending on the convenience and availability of the learners. Now, what is the difference between a formal education system and the alternative learning system? Formal education system is classroom-based, managed by trained formal school teachers. ALS, a non-formal education, happens outside the classroom, community-based, usually conducted at community learning centers, barangay multipurpose hall, libraries, or at home, managed by ALS learning facilitators such as mobile teachers, district ALS coordinators, and instructional managers at an agreed schedule and venue between the learners and facilitators. Mobile teachers are specialized teachers who live among the people in remote barangays of the country to conduct the BLP or Basic Literacy Program for illiterate out-of-school youth and adults who are willing to learn basic literacy skills and accreditation and equivalency, a continuing education for those who left formal schooling or have no access to schools. The alternative learning system has been implemented for many years already in the Philippines. However, it was just recently institutionalized through Republic Act 1150 signed on December 23, 2020. Aside from ALS, there is also another alternative delivery modes in the Philippines to ensure that everybody gets educated regardless of their circumstances. Alternative delivery modes are tried and tested alternative modalities of education delivery within the confines of the formal system that allows schools to deliver quality education to marginalized students and those at risk of dropping out in order to help them overcome personal, social, and economic constraints in their schooling. These alternative delivery modes include MISOSA, or Modified In-School, Off-School Approach, E-Impact, or Enhanced Instructional Management for Parents, Community, and Teachers, and OHSP, or Open High School Program. The MISOSA, or Modified In-School Off-School Approach, is an alternative delivery mode which aims to solve the problem on classroom congestion in schools. In this mode, a large class is grouped into two. Half of the class is in the in-school group, which will be taught inside the classroom by their teachers, while the other half is the off-school group, who will be provided with self-instructional materials in the different learning areas, which learners can work independently in a venue other than the regular classroom. This MISOSA is implemented in grades 4, 5, and 6. On the other hand, the E-Impact is a technology-based alternative method for learning that is fueled by student interactions. Every student is given access to online modules and online guides to learning materials. The modules will open a window into how children are able to learn and communicate with each other, and will allow parents and school faculty to become increasingly involved in ensuring that the E-Impact positively transforms the community. Everyone in the community will be engaged in learning with the students with this alternative delivery mode. And finally, the Open High School Program. OHSP is an alternative mode of formal secondary education program run by the Bureau of Secondary Education of the Department of Education of the Republic of the Philippines. The program provides an opportunity for elementary school graduates, high school dropouts, and successful examinees of the Philippine Education Placement Test to complete secondary education in a purely distance learning mode. The program provides printed self-learning modules for students to use for their lessons and classroom activities. So guys, those are the different structures of education. All these are established to make education more accessible to every citizen, no matter their backgrounds, beliefs, and circumstances, to ensure that no one is left behind. So, how about you? Tell me what you think about these structures. Once again, you are learning with Teacher Lloyd. See you on our next video on Learner-Centered Pedagogy.